Hello, this is Dr. Stanley Lang, and welcome to this broadcast. This is a continuation in the series that I've been doing on whole person health and diabetes management. And I've been using this card to uh, highlight the idea of a whole person approach to wellness and health. That's health in body, mind, and spirit, that they all three intersect and integrate with each other. And today I'm focusing on the spiritual health component to try to understand how spiritual health can help you have better diabetic control. Now, I know that you're a spiritual person. You're somebody that spirituality is important to you. And a lot of times when we're real busy in life, it's hard to integrate what's going on in our spiritual life with everything else. And so how does my spiritual life, my relationship with God, how does that actually impact on diabetic control? How does that work? And we've talked about how the relationship with God itself increases our perception of peace. Last time we talked a little bit about how Thanksgiving is one of the most powerful and simple ways to grow that relationship. And today I'd like to talk about forgiveness as one of the most powerful ways to grow that relationship and to experience the relationship and to experience the consequences of that relationship, which is an increase in peace and a decrease in chronic stress. So first of all, what does that have to do with diabetic control? Like I've said before, chronic stress is the enemy of health and is the ally of all chronic diseases. And chronic stress it causes our immune system to be out of balance and increases inflammation in the immune system. It also increases the production of hormones that make blood sugar control more difficult. So if you're pre-diabetic, it makes you more likely to become diabetic. If you are diabetic, it makes you more likely to have poor control. So controlling chronic stress is a really good goal for everybody, but it's particularly good goal for people who are diabetic. And when we are growing in relationship with God and experiencing that relationship, we are decreasing our chronic stress a lot. So forgiveness is a concept that deserves many hours of discussion. So this is just meant to kind of give us a little bit of a nudge in you thinking about it a little bit more, and to think about the two aspects of forgiveness that I think are the most important. Number one, the idea that we need to forgive other people. We need to forgive other people on a daily basis, many times a day, ideally. I believe that once we have gotten angry with somebody, we almost always slip rapidly into resentment. And if we do not work through that, we are experiencing unforgiveness. Now, the chances are much higher that we are just going to bury that resentment rather than go through a process of forgiving the other person. And as I've mentioned before, unforgiveness can be likened to me drinking poison and hoping that the other person dies. Because when I choose to hold on to resentment, it doesn't hurt the other person, it hurts me. So the second area of forgiveness that's crucial, absolutely crucial, is to experience God's forgiveness for me. And in the Christian worldview, to experience the concept that Jesus came so that I could more fully experience God's forgiveness of me, that Jesus is the sign of God's forgiveness for me. Now, for experiencing God's forgiveness is by far the most stress-reducing thing that can happen in anybody's life. And if we can experience that many times a day, it brings us to much higher levels of peace. I believe that God wants us to be able to experience that many times a day. So my encouragement to you is to seek out many opportunities to forgive other people during the day, people that have made you angry. Forgive them quickly before you bury the resentment. Number two, come to God quickly with anything that is, not on course with what God would want for your life, and seek forgiveness and experience the forgiveness that God has for you. So I hope that you follow this recommendation. I know that it will lead you to a higher degree of peace and much better physical health. And in terms of diabetes, much better control of your diabetes. I wish you well. God bless. Please share this with others and have a great day.